Hi Earthy people, welcome back to my channel. I'm Gerard, Witch of Earth's Curious Goods, and today I'm going to show you how to send a message using magic with only 4 ingredients. So if this sounds interesting to you, keep on watching, and without further ado, let's begin. Alright, so we're going to need a few materials. I hope all of you are doing well, since the last video that I posted. If you guys see, I got my little Ravenclaw little pin here. Thank you, Millie. One of my friends got it for me, so I had to wear it in today's video, just because I'm in Ravenclaw for all of you that are Harry Potter fans, which I am one. But anywho, you're going to need 4 materials. We're going to need a quartz crystal. It needs to be terminated, and terminated is something like this. This is a good example. Hopefully this zooms in. Okay. So let's see how the top is right here. So it needs to be terminated, okay? For example, we're going to need a picture of the person that you want to send this message to. This is going to be my little example because I'm not doing the spell, so, but yeah, you're gonna need a picture of them. You're going to need a small piece of paper. I'm using a little post-it here. You can use a brown piece of paper. I would recommend using it, the color, like if you can get like construction paper or colored paper to represent the type of message that you're sending. So for an example, I'm going to do pink for like friendship because I want to send a friend a message, for instance. Okay, obviously I'm not doing the spell. And then the last thing is a permanent marker, and that's it. So our quartz crystal, terminated, a picture of the person that you want to send the message to, a colored piece of paper. If you don't have that, then just use a brown piece of paper or a white piece of paper. That's totally fine. And then of course a permanent marker. Okay, now when it comes to this spell that I'm going to show you, there are 2 important things that we need to keep in mind. Okay, rule number 1, the person that you're communicating with, you have to know them, okay? We can't just, just choose Leonardo DiCaprio, somebody that's not in your actual circle or someone you have not met or know personally, okay? Because we're gonna use what's called law of contagion, where once an energy is in contact with another energy, it stays in contact, okay? So it's like contagious. So if you don't know the person, you could send them a message, but imagine you just getting a random message from somebody, okay? And to give you an example, if you've ever had a dream where, you've had a dream and you kind of like have all your friends in your dream, and then there's that random person, you're like, I don't know who that was in my dream, but they were in my dream too. Something like that. So imagine just getting a message magically where it's like, who is that person? So, you don't want that, and it doesn't serve anybody. Okay, and then rule number 2 is you have to choose a crystal also. If it's terminated, you have to have the type of relationship with that crystal. The reason why is because your energy is linked with the crystal. You have cleansed it, you have meditated with it, you have spent a lot of time with the crystal, and it holds personal value to you, okay? You have that relationship with it. It's like asking your family member to, can you please give this message to somebody, okay? They're more likely to do it than you just grabbing a stranger off of the road and giving them the message to give to a friend, okay? They may not give the message correctly, and can you really trust that stranger? So with this, we're building some trust, and it's your own energy, and it's also a crystal. We're using a quartz crystal because it's considered a master crystal. It's also really good at with messages and communicating. So as far as a lot of people's experience with quartz crystals, they have found that they do tend to give messages a lot easier. There are a lot of other crystals you could use, but in my opinion, the quartz crystal is the best crystal, in my opinion. But of course, just work with, make the magic your own. If the quartz crystal doesn't resonate with you, then by all means use whatever crystal that you do have a personal relationship with and you feel would work better. So just kind of tweak the spell a little, okay? Okay, so super simple. You're just going to grab your colored piece of paper. Mine is just a little post-it here, and you are just going to write with 1 word the type of message that you are trying to send. Okay, so I'm just going to do just 1 word, and it's just going to be greeting. Okay, because for me that represents saying hello. Okay, you're going to take your quartz crystal, and whatever hand that you write with, you're going to use your opposite hand. So I write with my right hand, so I'm going to be using my left hand, okay? If you're ambidextrous, then you can use either hand, but left-handed people, you use your right hand, and vice versa, okay? So with my left hand, because I'm right-handed, I'm taking the quartz crystal and I'm just pointing it towards me. So the terminated side, this side right here, is going to be pointed towards me, okay? And the reason why is because that is considered a receptive, okay? I'm receiving. And while you have this in here, you're going to stare at the photo. This is a representation of the photo. You're just going to stare at the photo. That's going to be the person that you want the message to go to, okay? See them receiving it. Concentrate on their face. What do they look like? How do they feel about receiving this message? So if it's just a hello, it's kind of like, oh, can you call me? Or us talking on the phone. Try to feel it, see it, tell yourself that they're receiving this message, okay? Okay. Next, you're going to take your colored piece of paper and you're going to put it on the opposite hand. Okay, so the word greeting is on my right hand because I write my right hand. You're going to take your crystal with the terminated side pointing out because now we want this message to go out, okay? And then you're just going to say this spell. Crystal from the earth I found, send this message with your sound. Let John Doe receive this now. Now, of course, when it came to the John Doe part, you're just going to replace it with the first and last name of the person that you want to receive this message, okay? So now that you've said that spell, all you're going to do is just close your eyes and just envisioning that message leaving you. Tell yourself that this message is leaving me. This crystal is helping me communicate with the person that I want this to go to, okay? See your energy from you attaching to them, and it's sort of like a telephone line. They're receiving the message. That's it. It's a super simple spell using crystal magic, using your own energy, and then sending that message. Now, as far as my personal experience, what I found is the person usually gets the message through a dream. Sometimes it's not always a whole sentence as I imagine. Sometimes it's just a word like call me or Gerard and then hi. Sometimes it's a little split up as far as what they're receiving, but the message does get through, and it could be different for you. Maybe they do receive a whole sentence or the whole message completely. But as far as my personal experience, that's kind of what has happened. So I hope you try it out. I hope it works wonders for you, and keep on sending those messages. Until then, stay earthy, stay magical.